of a 45-year law in the state of Maine. If they did this 1 year and took it away from us the next year, we'd say, okay, we didn't plan on that money. But as we've absorbed, funny little things, but we have to pay people downstairs to collect money for the state that we get nothing out of. They get 100% of the revenue. And they're not paying those people and heat those offices or to have those desks and computers to collect that money. We're paying them, but 100% of some of the money they collect goes straight to Augusta. So it's a little frustrating. And I think it's also, we're impacted at the property tax level by the state going in one direction one day and changing direction the next day. It's like a bad game of Simon Says. Just the school consolidation itself is a good example of that. Forced us to do it. We went along, followed the law. Those communities who didn't follow the law are a lot happier today, and the communities that followed the law in Belfast, it certainly appears, and the superintendent's office confirms this, so I don't have any reason to dispute it, that if we were back in our old school system, Belfast property taxpayers would save money this year. Now, I'm not advocating for or against the thing, but that's a reality. So I can't, other than the LA freeways, I can't think of anything more frustrating to talk about than Augusta right now. So I'll stop. So I wanted to take a look at revenues. Yes, sir.
You didn't go on the 405, did you?
Yeah, I did, multiple times.
That's the rule, Joe. Don't go on.
Yeah,
He now knows it.
I was out there and I said, what do I need to know? And they go, don't go on the 405.
I've canceled my appointment with my cardiologist. I know I have a strong heart. I don't need to see a proctologist. I saw 2,000 of them in California. Anyway, so what we wanted to start with revenues tonight. For some reason, I'm looking at my thing and I don't have a revenue sheet in my book. So I've given you copies, and we can't talk about revenues unless we're all looking at the same piece of paper. So I need to get a revenue sheet in front of the council, and I may have to walk out of here and make a quick copy.
Is it in the copy machine?
I don't know where those pages are, but
I don't know. I'll go.
Ricky, do you have a clean revenue sheet?
Not for this.
Let me see.
It's not in this
I'll go get one.
book you gave me either.
No, it won't be. It should be. Let me talk to you about revenues. I think at the end of tonight, we'll have some net good news, I hope, about revenues, and I'll talk about probably the biggest one right off the bat, because it's a relatively new development. Last council meeting, the council approved us to change our collection agents for our ambulance service. We were with Camden First Aid for years, and they're collapsing as an entity, and there's a new ambulance group that's going to provide ambulance service down there. So if they're collapsing as an entity, we needed to get new people to do our billing. We were with a new company that does 25 different municipalities in the state of Maine, and they looked at our rates and said that our rates were below standard rates all over the industry. And they said, so we recommend you increase them, and we did this at the last meeting. So I went to try and calculate what do I think the impact of the new increases in the rates are, and we have about 70% of the ambulance bills we sent out are covered by Maine Care, Medicare, or who's the major health provider.